Well, today, January 24th, is a national holiday. It's National Beer Can Appreciation Day. Beer Can Appreciation Day, because today, in 1935, is the day beer first became available in just little kegs. They called them cans. Longtime viewers might be familiar with an Eagle man who really appreciates beer cans like no other Idahoan. But if you don't know, allow us to introduce you to the Beer Can Man in today's 208 Redial. Out back, behind his rather modest house in Eagle, Joe Prynn, a modest man.
There was a pole barn here, so I kind of just enclosed it.
With a modest affinity for malted beverages.
Oh yeah, just in case I forget about this.
Has a rather
welcome to Beervana
immodest collection in his outbuilding.
See, I told you you'd say that.
Wow. Joe says he's stockpiled and stacked somewhere near 11,000 beer cans. That's a lot of lagers, an abundance of ales, and a Schlitz load of stouts.
That wall ends at C. Oh yeah, it keeps going.
There's another room.
It keeps going.
Sure, the collection is impressive, but so is the presentation.
It's the only way to keep track of it. Alphabetical, chronological, by brand and brewery.
And when he ran out of wall space, he went to the rafters.
Everything's on wheels.
And then roll around racks. Joe says he has a can from every state in the Union.
Oh yeah, definitely.
From A1 to Zodiac, even all the Idaho cans.
Edge Brewing, McCall Brewing, Slanted Rock.
He can go from generic to almost there to novelty TV cans.
Let's see, JR.
Even the every collector has to have Billy beer.
Yes.
The first beer can? Yeah, he's got that too.
Kruger's Cream Ale. That was the one that the can companies, they talked this brewery into trying this in 1935, and it was a tremendous success.
Kinda like Joe.
Yeah.
Since he started this quest for Metal Majesty back in the 70s.
Up until some that I added yesterday.
You added some yesterday?
Yeah, some brand new ones.
He admits he has a problem.
Yeah, but it's manageable at this time.
Joe knows of no one else in Idaho with this kind of collection.
I think I can probably claim that title, but I don't know if it's one to be proud of.
But there are thousands more around the country. They even have their own club and monthly magazine, of which Joe is the editor. Here they track auction prices of recent tin treasures.
That can sold for $37,000. That one was $37,000. This one was $35,000.
Joe also insists while all 11,000 of these vessels are vacant, he didn't drain them all.
I've had my fair share of them. I did. Can't you tell? I've had my fair share of them.
It said Colt 45 works every time, but Joe says he's worked about as many as he can into this old barn.
I'm done now. This is it.
This is not going to get bigger.
This is it. My goldfish bowl can't get any bigger.
A bowl, Joe says, is only worth its weight in aluminum, but if measured in memories, priceless.
There's a story behind every one of these.
Well, apparently his goldfish bowl did get a little bit bigger. After selling his collection back in the 80s one time to help pay the rent and keeping just two so he could restart the collection, which he obviously did, he told us he was going to start getting rid of them back in 2018 when we talked to him, since his kids didn't want the collection. But he hasn't. In fact, at one point, he added a lot more. In 2021, Joe ran the can collection up to 16,000, which is a lot less these days. He's down to about 9,000, just 9,000. And you know what? You can see some of them today. No better way to appreciate Beer Can Appreciation Day, as Joe is helping to open, or I guess celebrate this day at the new Gem State Brewing in Eagle by showing off his cans.
Beer's kind of a strange brew, pardon the pun. So I set up this display. It's a way of promoting our hobby, meeting some new people, showing a little bit of historical education. I started collecting when I was about probably 14 or 15 years old. We got to look back to the mid-70s, early 70s. This was a huge hobby. It took the nation by storm. A lot of people collected beer cans. This is the one that started it all. In 1935, on this day, this beer was first sold to the public in Richmond, Virginia as a test market, and it was very successful. This is the day that the very first beer was ever put into cans and sold to the public on January 24th, 1935. Breweriana is the name for collecting the things that come from breweries. Hi, Brian. Doesn't have to be just cans. Brian and I go back a ways. There's people that collect bottles or trays or neon. So these are Idaho's only cone-top beer cans. It's also called National Beer Can Day. It gives us a reason to talk about beer cans.